hope you're doing well. This is a Milagros Monday vlog, and of course, I give you awesome tips. So, I share stories of how to bring more milagros, aka miracles, into your life and just be happy and have amazing inner peace. Well, we're a week away from 2012, so I wanted to give you some tips on how to get clear about what you desire in 2012. I had this beautiful experience of signing up for something online. And my beautiful friend and author, Gabrielle Bernstein, who totally inspires me all the time to live a beautiful life of miracles, was gifting one of her lectures, which was called Clarity. And it was a Clarity lecture from May 2010. But she had awesome things in there that really, really helped me to get really clear about how I can bring in the desires I want and how can I manifest and how can I just feel happy and feel good in 2012. And I wanted to share some of those with you because I narrowed them down. I kind of broke whatever I heard her say to 3 little steps so it could be easy for you to take. But the first one is obviously we all have intentions, dreams, goals, desires, whatever you want to call it, that we want to bring into existence, that we want to manifest. So I would say the first step would say to just be clear about what it is that you want, to really write it down on paper, put it on some post-its, do whatever it is that you need to do to really get clear between you and God or the universe or your inner guide, as she likes to call it. I love that word, inner guide, your ing, about what is it that you want for your life. How is it that you want to bring in a new you in 2012? What that's going to look like. If it's maybe a new job that inspires you, maybe it's growing your business, maybe it's finding that partner that you want to share your life with, maybe it's taking a trip, and what trip do you want to take? Whatever it is for you that you're trying to bring in, that you want to get clear on, write it down, set it, get clear on being clear. So get clear that this is what you want. The second step that I know I'm practicing a lot more now that she talked about is bringing in what she calls your inner guide. And this is from the Course in Miracles. And the Course in Miracles, the language is Holy Spirit, but she gave it this beautiful new and refreshing makeover name, which is inner guide, which I think is cool because a lot of us can associate Holy Spirit with something more biblical. So I think inner guide is a really cool way of calling it, so you don't have to feel like it is associated with anything biblical, because it's not. The Course is very specific on that it talks about, in order to be a Course teacher or student or to practice the Course, there's nothing that requires you to give up any kind of belief or any religious background or anything really, because it's not about religion or doctrines and dogma. It's really about experiencing your happiness and your inner peace. And who doesn't want happiness and inner peace? So really, it's just about uniting us and bringing us back to our source of happiness, which is God, the universe, however you want to call it. The point is, it's one truth. It's there, and all of us want to connect to the same thing. So inner guide is our helper. It's what helps us to get back to that place of happiness. So she tells us, this is Gabrielle Bernstein, to bring in our inner guide, which is so true, to surrender what we're wanting to our inner guide. What happens for most of us, we've been so used to thinking through our ego minds, through our fear thought system, that many times when we want things, sometimes we want the things that we want out of fear, believe it or not, or because we're lacking something. So maybe we're calling in, let's say we're just thinking that we want a baby this year. And the reason why we want a baby is because we feel like, oh, we want to nurture something. We want to, whatever the reason may be for you, you might be feeling this sense of fear that, oh, if you don't have a child, or if you don't have a job, let's just say something different, or a partner, you won't be able to share this amazing love that you're wanting to share with the world. And that's obviously not the case. So many times what we think we want for reasons that are not in our best intentions. And the Course in Miracles says that even our best intentions need to get surrendered to this helper, to this inner guide inside of us. So once you get clear on your intentions, step number 2 is really inviting your inner guide forth to ask your inner guide and say, show me really, and let me know if this is what's best for me. So this is what I want, but I don't want it really if it's not your will, if it's not what's best for me. So that's really what it means, step number 2, to really call in this inner guidance system that usually, and I wouldn't say usually, but all the time actually knows what's best for you. So to make sure that we're not calling in things with our ego, instead with our inner guide, we want to give it over to the inner guide and say, okay, Holy Spirit, inner guide, show me what you really want from me. Show me if this is what's really best. And the third one really is just releasing it, which is sometimes the hardest step for all of us, really letting it go and knowing that as we let it go, we know that it's already been taken care of. And releasing, I think, can come very close with patience because most of us can release, but maybe we release for like a month. And then after a month, we get impatient and we start thinking, why hasn't it happened already? I know that happens to me sometimes where I release for the moment and then I find myself like, oh my God, but I released it. How come it's not happening? So to really release it and just give it up and know that the universe is sending it, it's already been here, you already have it, is really a great way to keep your clarity. So step number one is to just say it out loud, say it to a friend, write it down. I love writing things down because then I can go back and look at it and say, oh, this is what I was wanting at that point in my life. So going back and writing down your intentions. Step number two is inviting your inner guide so that you're able to make sure that your intentions are coming from a place of love. And if they're not, your inner guide is there to transform them and to heal them for you. So that's the beauty of the inner guide. If you did not come from a place of love, then your inner guide steps in and makes it all better. And then the third one is just completely let them go. To know that they're already underway, that you've set them, that they're coming, and that I think is the three best ways that I was really inspired by her to use those in going into 2012, thinking, you know, I'm really going to do this. I know I've been setting them, but I don't know if I'm inviting my inner guide in every single thing that I do. So I really realized I need to invite my inner guide more into everything. And step number 3, too, is just let it go, not try to make things happen on my own. So really, as you get clear for 2012, I hope you use these 3 tips. I hope you have a wonderful new year. I don't know. No, my next blog will be after New Year. So I hope you have a wonderful New Year's and take the time to look into some of the aspects of your life and incorporate these 3 little tips that I'm sure are going to get you very clear and get you living the life of your dreams. Bye and have a happy new year.